Hey guys, we're going to talk about staging and marketing your property in this section. So marketing is in reference to definitely using your real estate agent to help you with the marketing, but you also want to put your final touches on the marketing pieces as well as the staging. So Nikki, tell us a little bit about the staging of the house that gives the most value when we list it for marketing purposes.
Yes, I believe, and I believe studies would show, that the kitchen sells homes. So if you were going to spend money somewhere in your house, maybe a little bit more than you wanted, absolutely spend that in the kitchen. In our house that we're currently standing in, you'll notice we have a touch of higher end, a little bit nicer cabinets, because that's what people want. They want a higher cabinet, and that's something that's going to stay with the home. If they were to redo the floors or paint the walls, they're probably not going to change the cabinets. That's it's a very seldom changed out thing because it's expensive. Also countertops, your countertops, quartz and granite and marble are definitely a hard, solid surface that one will stand the test of time, and two, they're just beautiful to look at.
We've found that granite is not as good as a good quartz, and you can find quartz for really cheap. And that really has made our kitchens pop.
Yeah.
The next one that we'll talk about is the bathrooms for staging purposes.
Yeah, I think a bathroom, especially a master bath, that's probably second on the list in helping someone make a decision whether or not that's where they want to live. Is your bathrooms. So really nice tile in all wet areas. Really, we like to have tile. It's not a ton more to just go get a fun pattern or a hexagon, or do your tile in a fun herringbone pattern or something. And you can even do a simple white subway tile for super cheap, and then just do it in a different pattern instead of just the normal bricking pattern. You could do it horizontally or vertically, or really cool ways to do it. Super effective for not much money.
Absolutely. The other ways that you can address for staging are making areas of what we call POC or pop, right?
Pop of color.
One of those areas that we chose to do in this house, I'm going to have Nikki talk a little bit further about, was our fireplace.
So we had a fireplace here, and it was ugly. Fireplaces are meant to be the focal point of a room, and it was like you wanted to sit opposite of it because it was so unattractive. So what we did is we actually painted it green, and it is so cool. It was kind of a bold move, but guess what? The beauty of paint is if you don't like it, just paint it again. And really, it's not a big budget buster. It's because it's paint. You just go over it again. So we did green, and it worked out so well here. And also, when people are going to be back at home thinking about the properties they looked at, they'll be like, that one house, no, the one with the lights, or the one with they need something to remember your property by. So I guarantee you this house sold so quick because they were like, oh, the house with the green fireplace, that one. So we also call it a pop of color and a memory sticking point. So a pop of color and a pop of memory. Palm and pop.
The other items that we suggest are just changing small things. So a lot of people right now are going with a Sherwin-Williams repost gray and a white trim.
And that's industry standard.
Absolutely, and that's something that really shows that's where most people are going. We chose to do a little bit different on this house and have done it before. Nick, tell us a little bit about the variations on this one, and also some of the houses that we've done currently different as well.
So on this trim, you'll also notice the bigger your baseboard trim is, the higher in the property it's going to look. So normally, like a builder who does mass production, they're going to do like a 3 or 4 inch trim. On here, for $10 more, maybe for the whole entire house, we did a 6 inch trim, and it makes such a difference. And so when we have the trim, we did it gray, and we did the walls white. So when you walk in, of course, it's the colors that you're used to seeing, so it doesn't startle you on the inside, but you're like, something's different about this house. And you might not even notice what it is until later, but you'll see, oh, the trim was reversed. I really like that. So it's just a cool little something we do. And something else we do to properties to make them sell for a higher price point is, now we do this one with white trim. So let's say we have white trim on a house, but we'll paint all the doors black. So it really just makes the place look fancy.
And it also is something that you could spend just a little bit more money, but it's going to add a lot of value to the exit price of your property. So the final thing that I'm going to have Nikki talk about is the lighting. Lighting is so very important when you're choosing a property, not only to brighten everything up, but also to show your style and show the style that you're going into. So Nick, tell us a little bit more about the lighting of this property.
Yeah, so lighting, I believe, makes or breaks a house. I do not want a dark house. So one, if you don't have a ton of natural light, let's downplay the fact that there's not a lot of good light. Let's bring in really bright and crisp lights. Most of the time, 75 watt or more is the light bulbs that are needed to give you a really bright room. But it's like in your dining room, if you're picking a chandelier, if it's a long space, let's do a light fixture that complements that long space. So if you have a big rectangle room, get a big rectangle light fixture. It's gonna make it just feel so much more, make it flow so much better. If you have a smaller room, maybe do a small circle chandelier. So really take note of what's going to be around the light fixture when you pick one. Also, over your islands, pendants are such a way, and they're so easy to add, but they add so much character to a space. Over a sink, adding a pendant light there. And also, we've done polls like on our Instagram, and people want fans in their living rooms and in their master bedrooms. So, a lot of people will have a pretty chandelier where they are pretty. We also like functional. I mean, we are functional people. So I put fans in all of the bedrooms.
Absolutely. Also in lighting, one thing that we have found that has really helped to brighten everything up is go ahead and spend the extra money and don't do any long lighting in the kitchen. Do recessed lights with pendants. Do that also in the master. We've also found doing that in the living room really helps to brighten everything up. It's not that much more expensive to put LED recessed cans. I think they're $16 for an 8-pack on Amazon. They're not that expensive, but it really brightens the space up. So this has been our staging and marketing ideas to really help you push your price and show what you have in your property to help you beat the competition.
Because staging your house is marketing your house, and designing it properly will sell it or not sell it.